Good morning, good afternoon, and happy Wednesday. Kind of a trickier day out there today. A little bit slow, but slow does not mean red. I still nailed some pretty awesome trades today. We're going to break them all down one by one. I did miss a pretty big move today, too, but the big thing is you can't try and catch two birds. You're going to miss both of them, or whatever the saying is. So let's break it all down one by one. Hopefully, you guys had an awesome day today. It was the slowest day of the week, but let's go ahead and see what we had. So, this morning, the leading gapper was only up about 60% this morning, and even that had a massive 80-something million share float, and so of course left that one alone and was focused on these three here. So I had CIGL, I had Feed, and I had LIMN. To be honest with you, I only traded one of those today because the rest of them just never set up. And so we look around. CIGL was one from last night's watch list that I was going to watch and see if we could play for a reclaim of VWAP. And you can see here, look at this. I'm watching it back here into the open. Let me switch to a 5-minute chart or a 10-minute chart. That way you can see a little bit easier. I'm watching this into the bell today. Now let's change it back to a 5 so you can see it a little bit easier. And so I'm watching this, and well, we've got these lower lows put in here. We've got these lower highs put in here. Can I maybe take a break of VWAP and look for the reclaim of top of the channel? Of course, this knifed out the bell. No trade. So easy enough. Then you look over at Feed. I was going to possibly watch Feed today and I couldn't play it over the highs because we had overhead supply from several days back. I'll show you here on this chart here, on the 50-minute chart. We had overhead supply from just 2 days ago, which you'll see right here. And so up into this price range here, where you're buying up into these upper threes, you're buying up into these past areas of what we'll call sellers instead of supply, so it's easier for you to understand. And again, so you can't buy there either. And so I'm like, all right, well, I can't play the breakout on the ELP on Feed. On Feed, so you can see here, nasty fake out at market open. I was going to watch it for pullbacks down here off of VWAP, but of course, as it rejects, it's no longer valid. So again, left that alone as well. And so we're starting out, and man, what are we going to trade? And then we had LIMN. And so LIMN is one where we come in, and I actually traded this pretty well today. Now, LIMN was from last night's watch list. I'm pretty happy with how I traded it today. A super simple setup, just terrible follow through, to be honest with you. It gets going back here. Look at this. So we put in place this nice range underneath VWAP here. It puts in place this range out of the open and breaks over the high. And I'm able to take a pullback. Of course, I wait for price to break out. Big volume on the breakout. I take the pullback, risking off of VWAP off the previous high for the leg up higher. And I did get that. Now, of course, it wasn't a significant move higher. I got it from 134 to literally to 140. So about 5 cents a share, 6 cents a share. That's all she wrote. And of course, it started the trade very hesitant. Just got very wick heavy off the highs. And so from there, all right, well, I'm done with this. It's clearly not going to head higher. So took a small win here and it went to sitting back. Now, after that, at the same time that this happened, this is where the frustration set in. I see this breaking out. I'm taking a pullback on this because it was from my watch list last night. The free watch list, if you saw it, LIMN was the top stock for today. And I do have small profit on it. But the problem was, at the very same time, ELPW was also moving. And I missed the biggest move out of market open today because of LIMN. And so the thing is, while I did have some profit on LIMN, I missed this massive move. This is a dollar a share move that I missed because of it. And it is what it is. Like I said before we got into this. You try to catch two things, you're going to miss both. And so I can't be mad at myself for that because the setups were almost identical, literally. The only difference is one was on my pre-market watch list, one was not. That's the only difference. So I was watching this on stream this morning for pullbacks off of VWAP, and as soon as I see it start to pull back, I say, oh, I'm going to go over here and look at LIMN instead. And while I have some profit on it, I'm so mad at myself for missing this, but it is what it is. You can't catch everything. And so I still played this pretty well. It made a big move, got extended away from the 9 and VWAP, and I'm able to play it off pullbacks. You know, where this comes back and puts in place this double bottom off of the 9 EMA. I try to take it for a curl back up through its past highs. I get a little bit of a win here, as you can see. Stop loss win at the bottom of this candle at 203. I get most trimmed at 220. And we had a big seller off of 220 on the level 2 if you were watching this morning. And so that 220 seller just was not freaking walking away. It just resilient, would not let this thing go higher. And so pulls back. I'm looking for a curl back off the 9 and VWAP off of these lower lows. Looking to play it out of this channel, out of this tightening wedge. And again, I'm out with a pretty much break-even trade here. Take it off the pullback. I get it sort of a curl back up here, but then it tries to get curling higher, rejects. I just take a full exit and I say whatever. So I'm sitting back and waiting for direction. Again, consolidates, knives, and grabs liquidity beneath VWAP, right? That manipulation beneath VWAP. And then we see this big buyer step back in off of VWAP. And so Took a re-entry after breaking out of this wedge. Stop loss goes, of course, at the bottom of this candle for the leg back. I was hoping for the break of 220, which we did not get. And so, again, got it here from, as you can see, 194 to 211, 210. I was wanting to see this breakout higher. Now, of course, it did not do that. I was wanting to see the break of that 220. It is what it is. I've got 2 wins on this and 1 very little tiny loss. So very happy with the execution here. Also traded BOXL today. I am pretty happy with this, though. It trades very, very crappy, though. And so the interesting thing about BOXL is, I don't know if you guys have traded this in the past, but I know back in 2020, this was a massively popular stock to trade. I think it was big with textbooks, or I forget what this was back then, but it was something to do with online education or whatever. And so anyways, this is back in COVID, and it always traded a little bit choppy back then as well. And again, today, it has a sub 1 million share float, or at least I'm seeing a sub 1 million share float. I'm seeing a $1.8 million market cap. I don't know how accurate that is, but nonetheless, it doesn't trade like it at all. It trades extremely heavy, extremely thick. It's tough to freaking trade. So anyways, I do have some wins on it today, just little pullbacks off the 9 EMA, and I just had to leave it alone after that. It's just a very weird one, y'all. It just traded so funky. It's really hard to get reads on, really hard to try and position yourself in this because it trades so wide. It just does not trade like a 1 million share float stock at all. So yeah, I wasn't able to do much here, but I do have 2 wins on it. So it's just one of those days, but good confluence. Price action just wasn't there. Of course, pullbacks off the 9, view up type beneath price. Had the break of, you can see here from pre-market as well. Again, had a pretty good look. It's just one of those things where if price action's not clean, you can't get good reads. Is it really worth you trading? Yeah, probably not. So I had to realize that and step away from this. And so I have 2 wins on BOXL today, 2 wins on ELPW, 1 little loss on ELPW, and 1 win on LIMN. That was my day. So it was a good day today. Just very, very slow. Monday and Tuesday, I've been able to catch some pretty awesome runners. Yesterday was GXAI and SOAR. It's been an amazing week. Today was the slowest day for me, though. It still was opportune. Remember, slow does not mean red. It just means you got to sit back and be patient and picky. Don't take setups you wouldn't take if it wasn't a slow day. It's the thing. If you're not going to take that same setup on a hot day in the market, it's a bad setup. You're forcing it. So anyways, that is the morning recap. Hopefully you had an awesome day and you survived the craziness out there. I'm hoping for a much more active Thursday and Friday. The market is still hot. We just need a theme out there. We need somewhere for volume to get funneled into. Right now it's very dispersed. And so we'll see what happens going into Thursday and Friday into the end of the week. But that being said, if you did learn a thing or two from this video, make sure to subscribe for daily content just like this. And of course, make sure to claim your 7-day free trial to trade alongside me in real time every single day and get alerts, education, chat room access, watch list, scanners, news, momentum AI, momentum journal, and so much more. And that being said, I'll catch you back tomorrow or back over in the stream tomorrow to trade alongside me in real time. And I'll catch you there.